Welcome, everyone, to Sam the Cat. I am Sam.
And I'm Kat.
And I think Dry Bones counts as a little person, I think. So I'm going to be Dry Bones.
I'm gonna be Isabel.
And for anyone who may be offended because I said little people earlier, I mentioned in the previous episode that the older Mario Karts had like different sizes of characters. They were like big, medium, and small. And they each had their own different styles of vehicles. So that's what I was referring to. Dry Bones is also small, but I think that's more because he's a turtle without flesh than anything else.
Oh no. My controller's not responding.
It's not?
No. Oh shit. Well, I can't respond to anything now. Like, you got it paused.
Yeah. Let's just...
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna be a bit behind in this one.
I'm in 11th.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ugh.
My controller doesn't always respond to me.
It's all your fault.
Yeah. It happened the same when we were doing Odyssey.
Oh, yeah? Oh, when you were Cappy.
Yeah, when I was Cappy, yeah.
Oh, shit. That was ice right there.
That'll be fun too. We'll do a playthrough of that.
That would be
We'll
fun.
record some of that probably later.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't played Mario Odyssey, it is quite amusing. And our goal in the game is to somehow get Mario in a dress so that when we confront Bowser, Bowser will hit on us
Yes.
as Mario.
I heard the rumor through the mill that he semi-hits on you, and I want that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, Mario in a dress, what else could you want out of life?
Yeah.
I mean,
Also, have you fallen down the hole that somehow got you, like, underwater?
I have! Yeah. It's like near the beginning.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it faster?
I honestly can't tell. I usually fall down it because I can't make that turn. So, I'm in fourth right now. I was gonna say third, but then this jackass got in my way. I love the logic of Mario Kart 2. It's like, we're racing. We're gonna put all of our different societies to race. But like, we've disabled the block things just so we can like get racing without the
It's a skill contest.
yeah, not who gets the blue shell in the bullet.
Yeah. That was a little too rage-inducing.
Yeah, but like, it's funny that like little babies are competing against like grown adults for a race.
Yes.
To which like they're throwing actual like bombs at each other.
That's bad parenting.
Yeah. Well, they're not their parents, so it's just them younger.
Oh.
Was there ever a Nintendo Baby game? Like you played as Baby Mario?
I don't know about Baby Mario, but they have like Baby Peach and Daisy and that kind of thing. And Baby Rosalina in this game.
Yeah, but no, I mean like a Nintendo game where it was like...
Oh, did you see that? My Dry Bones, when I was not controlling him, found what looked like a shortcut.
Nice.
I wasn't even paying attention. How did he do that?
I like how his head comes off and he's happy.
Yeah, I'll just casually decapitate myself over and over again.
Yeah.
Out of joy.
For your entertainment.
Yes. No need to remain in one piece when I'm entirely a skeleton. Oh boy.
Like, what are keeping the skeleton people together?
Magic.
Is it just like some pieces of rotten flesh that are just keeping it tethered on?
Oh, that would smell really bad.
Yeah, well, I doubt they'd smell good. Did you ever have like a favorite game growing up?
Like, what do you mean?
Like just like a good go-to game, like when you were having like a bad day?
It was never really games so much as it was like books.
Yeah.
But, I haven't actually finished this particular game, but on the Wii that I probably still have somewhere in my childhood home, I played Spyro, but it was like the one where he's magically attached to Cinder, and it's quite difficult. And at one point, there were like several months where I was completely stuck, and I had to get one of my cousins to help me beat this part. And then our Wii ended up crapping out, and we had to get a new one, so all of my games reset, and I just never ever finished that game. But I still reminisce about it somewhat fondly.
Nice.
Yes. I say reminisce when I don't think I've ever actually mentioned it to you yet.
Yeah.
Until now.
But look at that, I'm a part of the reminiscing now.
Yeah. You can be part of the nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to play a lot of like Sims. I had like the original Sims, and then Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4, and like the Zoo Tycoons and stuff like that.
The what?
The Zoo Tycoons. So it's like you build your own zoo.
Oh, I thought you said zoot. Like a zoot suit?
Well, I don't know what that is, but
You don't know what a zoot suit is?
I don't.
Okay, we have to look it up. It's actually quite hilarious.
Okay. Well, aside from that, like that's kind of what I used to play. Also, a lot of like I'm gonna butcher the name. Otome games.
Like dating games?
The dating games.
Ah, yes.
I used to like those ones. Mostly just for like the still images of the attractive men in it.
Isn't that the only reason that people play those games?
Kind of. Like there was a couple that were really. There was one that was like story based, and it was like you're this chick and you're going to this kingdom, and then like there's all these like dudes, but then there's like morality to it too.
Oh really?
Like
it's a complex dating
It's a
game.
complex. There's an actual storyline. It's not just who wants to get in my pants type of game, which a lot of them were kind of. But like it was really interesting because like there was one person you could end up with for political reasons. So that was kind of cool too. Like
that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
actually.
like you could like forgo love and just do it for political reasonings.
Like an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it was like stuff like that and like.
What was that game called?
I bet it's still on my laptop, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I don't delete anything. It actually might be on my home desktop.
Really?
I think that was like way back when I was playing it. It was a good game.
Nice.
If I can remember what one of the names of the characters were, I can probably find it. It was a free one too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, one game that I played quite a lot throughout childhood was, it's called Shea, and it's done by a company called Area Games. And I originally did it because I played Last Chaos, which my cousin introduced me to solely for the... He was quite a bit older than me. He was always like 8 years older than me. So he started my brother and I playing it when we were young. There was technically that 18 and above people only can play, but we never took any note of that. So we played it, and our cousin basically introduced it to us so that we could like pick up our items, and he would take them from us and sell them and not give us any money for them. So even though he started us playing the game for those reasons, we ended up playing it quite a lot longer than he did. So after Last Chaos came Shea. Last Chaos has since been bought by like a different company, which was quite surprising when I found out through like an ad on the side of a different website. But we played Shea in like the beta testing stage, and we eventually played it in its normal stage. But it's quite different now. Like they added a whole like kind of aliens from space robot element to parts of it, which for a medieval MMO RPG is a bit odd.
Yeah.
But, it's interesting though because there's like the first map, which is for players like levels 1 to 20 kind of, but the part of it that they ended up closing off when they introduced the alien robot kind of thing, you can still get to. It's not on the map. It's all blacked out, but you can still get to it. And it's really weird because I got there by accident. There's like a spell where you return to town, and I managed to get back to what was originally where the elf characters started their town. Like there were 2 towns for humans and elves, and they were separate and on different sides of the map. But I was like wandering around, and I remembered how to get around places, and I like found locations, and it was very nostalgic because I played that game quite a lot, actually. Like, I don't want to date myself, but I played it for about 4 solid years, pretty consistently after school. My dad and I would play it, and it was just so weird wandering around a map and, like, recognizing parts of it like I would my hometown.
Yeah.
Even though the map was blacked out, I would, like, find locations where that particularly annoying quest would have been given and things like that. So I think that's one of my nostalgia games is Shea, even though I still play it, and a lot of it's quite different because obviously of the alien robots new thing. But yeah, it's weird.
That's cool.
They changed, like, there used to be easy, normal, hard, and ultimate modes. Now there's just normal and ultimate. And yeah, it's quite different.
Oh, that's cool though.
I felt so old when I started playing it again.
Yeah.
I started playing it again in university because it's a medieval MMORPG game. So there's certain classes where you just get to, like, beat certain animals over the head until you kill them, and that was very therapeutic. After a day of classes, you just get to go around and, like, smash things and kill them. So I started playing it again, and I was very confused as to why everything was different.
Yeah.
Like, one thing that I started out finding annoying but have grown to appreciate as I had to restart all of my characters and all that was in the original version, you were not allowed to get, like, a mount or anything until you were level 40, which took quite a long time. But in the new and improved version, you can get a mount at level 1. You're actually given one in, like, a gift box. So that was annoying at first because I'm like, back in my day, I think we didn't have it this easy.
Yeah.
But as someone who had to appreciate the mount as I restarted the game, it was quite a nice bonus, actually.
Nice.
Yes. Nostalgia.
Oh, that's awesome. Back in high school, I used to play a game called Adventure Quest, which was an online thing.
Yes.
And I played it a lot, like, more than I probably should have. And of course I had a female avatar and whatever, and you get, like, people chatting to you, asking you to play with them, and it was like, no thank you, because every single time I would agree to be a part of, like, a group thing and be like, yeah, friendship. It would just be like me, and then they would kill the thing, and then they'd just, like, not pick up anything, and they're like, you can have it. And I was like, no, I want kill things. That's why I'm playing the game. But anyways, I got, like, these, like, rare limited run quest for, like, a holiday thing of some kind, and they were, like, giant dual blading swords that, like, glowed blue, and I got, like, this kick-ass jacket that had, like, twin tails, and it was black, and I got, like, a specialty hairstyle or something like that, and I hadn't played it. And, like, I stopped playing after a while, and then I logged in not that long ago, and I realized how much harder it was now to level up, and I was at, like, a pretty good level back when it was really easy to level up, and my character looks so much different than everybody else's, because everybody else had, like, all this new shit on them, and I had, like, the oldest outfits, and, like, everyone would just, like, would come up to me and be like, what quest did you get that jacket from? Or, like, where did you get, like, the blades type of thing? And I'm like, 4 years ago on a Halloween adventure.
You would not know. You would not be able to get it now.
Yeah, like, I don't know, and I don't want to give them up because they're freaking overpowered.
Yeah.
From what they've changed in the game.
This is, like, my god level shit.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
No. So that was a fun game I used to play a lot.
Adventure Quest was quite fun.
Yeah.
That company also had a spin-off that was, like, Dragon something. I played that one.
Yeah.
Not, like, kind of hardcore. I got a membership for it at some point.
Yeah.
But that was mostly because I really like dragons, and you needed a membership to do anything particularly interesting with your dragon. So
yeah.
That was that.
Man, I think the craziest thing I did, there was an online Otomere dating sim thing, and I put way too much money into it.
Yeah.
I put way too much money into that shit. And the fact is, too, is that, like, it was in development while it was, like, being out at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So like, there was a lot of cool stuff you could do, but not enough to warrant amount of money I gave it.
Oh, okay.
To get freaking stills of sexy men. Like,
You can just Google sexy men.
But the cool thing about that game, though, was that there was, like, female routes you could take, too. And there was one chick, and she was so pretty. She was, like, an upperclassman or whatever, and she had, like, long white hair and, like, beautiful yellow eyes and, like, wore purple dresses all the time.
Oh, nice.
And it was, like, her still images were always, like, the prettiest, dorkiest things, too. There's, like, one of her snuggling with her cat, and it's, like...
That's cute.
Man, I just loved how it was, like, inclusive. Like, you can have a lesbian route.
And also you can, like, see these people as, like, real people.
Yeah.
They do real things.
Just one of the things that was, like, really weird about some of those games was, like, you do one thing and the guy, like, openly says he hates you. And it's like,
seriously?
Really? I was being honest and you're like, I hate you now. And, like, I'm supposed to feel bad because I don't get to see any more, like, half-naked pictures of you. Like, there's other half-naked men in this game.
Yeah,
I'm not that concerned.
It's, like, it's more unfortunate for you than me that you hate me, to be honest.
Because, like, man... Could you imagine there being a game where it's, like, self-aware of, like, a dating sim? Like, other than Doki, like, given to but there's Doki Doki Literature Club. Like, yeah, but, like, that's a cool horror game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Doki Doki Literature Club is a great game. It takes a while to, like, get going, but it's a dating sim game.
Okay.
But anyways, with, like, horror elements to it, you have to, like, sign a thing saying that you consent to be able to, like, see graphic images and stuff like that.
Ooh.
There being, like, a dating sim where, like, they know that once you finish playing the game, they just won't be ever seen again. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing. Could be, like, a Doki Doki Literature Club sequel with the guy that made it.
Like, don't leave me.
Yeah.
If you leave, I won't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be horrifying.
I used to have, like, creepy dreams that were like that. Like, the people in my dreams begged me not to wake up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they would not live after. Like, they'd be gone. There was no guarantee I'd think about them again after I woke up.
That's sad.
Yeah. I still have certain ones that's kind of like, that's actually pretty fucked up for a child to be dreaming about.
See, I don't really have dreams. And when I do, I don't ever remember them. So sometimes I think I'm missing out, and then I hear people say things like that, and I'm like, you know what? No, I don't think I am missing out anymore. I quite like this particular map. It's very similar. Like, it was based off one that was on the original Wii game that I always played, so I know where a lot of the shortcuts are. But it's nice how similar it is. And I know lots of people are like, oh god, it's so boring and, like, I want new maps and things. Yeah. But I like the old ones.
It's the same for me, but for Moo Moo Meadows.
Yeah.
So I really liked Moo Moo Meadows on the Wii.
Yeah, I quite liked this one. It was mostly because I was absolutely terrible at this map the first time that I ever played it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get better at it. And I played it like 100 times in a row, and then I got pretty good at it.
Oh, nice.
That's the way you do things.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes progress.
Yeah. Oh, another Bowser's Castle.
Oh god. I was always very terrible at Bowser's levels on the original one.
I would always hear about Bowser's levels, like, on the 64, like, kind of, like, getting the villain boss battles or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, the one that really sucked about the original Mario games was that you only had one life.
Oh,
like,
really?
there was no regen. So, like, you had 3 lives you started out with.
Yeah.
And then you have a level, but if you died, that's the end of the level, and you get kicked out.
Oh, seriously?
And if you lose all 3 of your lives, you lose progress, unless you check from your last checkpoint. And the only checkpoints there were castles and ghost houses.
Wow.
So, you could complete 2 levels and finish them, but if you died and lost all your lives on, like, the castle, you were sent back to the previous castle.
Oh.
And you had to do those 2 levels again.
That is horrible.
To get there. And that's one of the things that was so discouraging to me playing on the original 64 with my sister. Was like, we're like, we've beaten these 2 things, but now we can't stop playing. And I think that was part of the thing that Nintendo did, was they didn't want kids to stop playing. Right? They wanted there to be that motivation to continue playing and to a certain point. Which is where I think the whole Mom 5 More Minutes came from. because they needed to defeat that level, otherwise all their progress would be saved.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
Remember when we started playing Fable, we had kind of just moved into this place, and we weren't quite sure how all of the power outlets and everything worked. And we had plugged our Xbox into this one particular power outlet that was connected to the light switch. But see, the light wasn't on, and I went to turn the light on, and I actually turned off the Xbox after 6 hours of hardcore playing Fable, and we had the most panicky 5 minutes of our modern lives. I don't want to say ever, but of the time. Because we weren't sure if those last 6 hours would count for anything.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't actually saved anything. So it was like, did that just delete all of our progress? But no, it didn't. We managed to go back from the previous checkpoint, thank goodness. But that was a heart-wrenching few minutes.
'Twas. Man. We should do a Fable playthrough too.
That would be fun. And like, I always like being incredibly evil in Fable games.
Yeah.
Just watching all of the peasants like scream in fear as you come by is honestly quite satisfying.
The only problem, like, so with the Fable thing though, is like, because the game's been out forever, like, spoilers are kind of like redundant at this point. But like, if you get super evil, people will run away from you. So when you have to do quests to which you need to like
have people like you,
it's really hard.
Yeah.
But then the opposite, if you're super good all the time, every single person you talk to wants something from you before you can talk to them.
Because you're just such a good person. Why wouldn't you give them something?
Right? So it's just kind of like, it was frustrating because like, I did a playthrough of it being really good, and I got like angelic wings and what have you. But then I was like, hey, I want to do like the family thing to see like if I can like move people in. I couldn't find a husband or a wife because they wanted so much from me before I could make any type of progress in the relationship.
Really?
Yeah, they wanted gifts. They wanted to be like taken somewhere. They wanted all this other shit, and it's like.
I had a similar problem, but it was because I was so evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know how hard it is to date people when all of those people are running from you, screaming in fear? It's quite difficult.
Yeah. What track is this?
Mario Kart Stadium.
I'm gonna say this. I haven't done this one in a while.
But Fable is a great game.
I love Fable, and the characters are just so well written for the NPCs.
Oh yeah, and they're all
wonderful.
so unique.
Like
they all have personalities and likes and dislikes, and you can like your friendship with them is affected by their likes and dislikes. There's one, I think it was in Fable 2, the NPC characters, they like you more or less depending on what outfit you're currently wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like in addition to a whole bunch of other things, such as general character attractiveness, and like how many scars you have, because when you die you get scars, and just all sorts of things, and it's like so complicated and beautiful. Because
like I think out of the series, I never got to play Fable Journey, just because I don't have the Kinect, but Fable 1, 2, and 3, Fable 2 is definitely my favorite, just because it affects, morality plays a huge role in the game, and it has kind of the best of like both worlds, of both being able to have like family life and like building houses and like real estate and shit, while also having morality affect what kind of quests you can take, and like every single thing you do in the game affects later on for your gameplay. And I think that's just an amazing way to do games, and I'm really sad that Lionsgate is no longer making games. They got bought out or went bankrupt or something. They're not making it anymore. But I really enjoy the Fable 2. Storyline is also one of my favorites from Fable 2.
Both of our favorite characters is Reaver.
Yeah.
He is so amazing.
I am not ashamed to say that in high school, Reaver was one of my fictional crushes.
If I had known about Reaver's existence in high school, I would definitely agree.
Because, like, He's evil, yeah. He murders and what have you, but
He's
that
actually
voice,
he's a
goddamn,
horrible person.
goddamn the voice. His voice actor, man, props.
Yes.
Like,
Kudos to you.
Kudos to you, man.
Oh god. Like, if you're debating how evil he is or you just haven't heard of him, to give you some perspective also spoiler alert, in the third fable, there is a point where you can make an orphanage or a whorehouse, I think it was. And like, of course, the good option, the option that gets you like angel points or I don't know, righteousness points or whatever you want to call them, is of course to make an orphanage. But the option that Reaver is promoting, and that I always end up choosing, is to make a whorehouse. Because, like, why wouldn't you want to sleep with tons of people in that game? And also, Reaver is just so handsome and charismatic. It's hard to say no.
He's very much the devil in the game.
Yeah, he's sexy Satan.
Mm-hmm. Paradise Lost, man.
Yeah. that is also a reference to another YouTuber, but I don't think... Are we allowed to say people's names if it's like a YouTube account?
As long as you're promoting them, I doubt they'd be against it.
Yeah.
Like, we really enjoy watching overly sarcastic productions.
Oh god, yes.
And if you haven't heard of them, you should go check them out because they are way funnier than we are, for starters.
And they draw things. They're not just playing video games.
She's an amazing artist.
Red is amazing.
She's an amazing artist. She's super funny. Blue's also super funny, and he's really educational. He talks a little bit more on the education side, and she does more of the mythos and stuff like that.
Not that mythos isn't educational.
It isn't educational. It's just like he does more like
historical
stories, and she does more of the like spiritual historical stories and stuff like that. But no, they're amazing. They're definitely one of my favorite YouTubers out there. Definitely go check them out.
Mm-hmm. But yes, the theme of one of their videos is that Paradise Lost is the origin of the trope of sexy Satan, and it's quite a good. Like they explain it quite well. It's actually quite amusing.
Yeah. Everything they do is just amazing.
Yeah.
I love them.
They're quite awesome. They also explain things very well.
Yeah.
Like, of course, details are left out because they are summaries, and if you want all the details, go read the source material. But, like, they're hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember during one of my finals times, when I should have been studying, I actually ended up binge watching all of Red's videos in several... I think it was either one day or over the course of several days. I like to think it was several days because it sounds slightly less pathetic, but it was probably just during one day.
Like, if I, like, Sam's the one who introduced me to overly sarcastic productions, and I didn't meet Sam until college, or university, I should say. But if I would have known about them, like, in high school, I feel like high school would have been so much easier for, like, enjoying certain stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, she explains them that makes it entertaining, even the driest of books.
Yeah. She explains Lord of the Flies.
And it's really entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should go check them out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We win.
We win again. Always win.
Oh, we won something else.
Ooh, let's go check it out and then we'll end the episode.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like another weird little bike.
Yeah.
How did you do on the Yoshi bike, by the way?
Pretty good. I came in second a lot.
That's true. Very true. Oh, a bedasher.
Bedasher.
B-dasher. Is this like a bedazzler, but a car?
They're all wonderful.
Or is this supposed to be like a bullet car? Like a bullet bill?
Yeah.
There's the letter B.
Because there's B, and
it looks kind of fast.
Nintendo. It kind of looks like the car that dude has from Wreck-It Ralph. The King's car he has in the racing game.
Like the crazy guy?
Mm-hmm.
The one who's actually from the other video game?
Yeah, you know what I mean? That car.
Okay, yeah, it does, actually, except it's not made of candy.
Yeah. Well, his original car wasn't. He was in a racing game.
Oh, you mean it looks like the original car?
Yeah, the original car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like a super retro kind of thing.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's got like the old school racing car look.
It does. It looks like a small jet engine actually, with like 4 random things on the back.
Gotta love them randos.
Well, because there's like the intake at the front.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so that's it for today.
Yeah, so have a good one, and we'll catch you next episode.
Have fun doing whatever it is you're currently doing, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.